This guide has been inspected and approved by Luminous.
Hey guys, this is Sunsfan and welcome to the official Dotacinema guide to Queen of Pain. If you aren't familiar with this hero, you may want to watch the introduction we did for her at the corresponding link. Queen of Pain is an intelligence burst damage hero who can sometimes act as a side carry. Her role can vary, but is certainly able to snowball out of control if given a solid advantage in levels and gold. First, you'll want to level Blink in most cases, since it'll allow you to get away from an early gank with ease. Typically at levels 2 and 3, you'll want to get Shadow Strike. The old build was to get just one level of it, but level 2 of Shadow Strike deals enough damage that the enemy actually has to care about it, as it provides amazing harassment in lane. Because of this odd skilling, in combination with players wanting to max Scream of Pain, you will actually spend the next 4 skill points on that Scream of Pain, which means you won't typically level your ulti, Sonic Wave, until 8. At this point you'll deal some serious damage. From here you'll level your ulti at the normal 11 and 16. Now you want to max out Blink, since the cooldown and range will help quite a bit with moving around. This means leaving levels 3 and 4 of Shadow Strike for last. To start the game, purchase your usual set of health regeneration, meaning tangos and a health pot, to go along with 3 branches for an eventual wand. With your additional gold, get a Mantle of Intelligence, which you can build into a null talisman if you're not farming well, or just sell it if there's no need. If you're mid, which we're assuming, you'll also want to get a bottle as early as possible. Your ability to push lanes and control the runes is very tough to match. Boots of choice for Quap are Power Treads. The stats gain is really important for a hero that gets into the thick of things while dealing lots of burst damage. As long as you can tread switch properly between intelligence and strength, these boots will be your only choice. If you're farming at a ridiculous rate and the game is snowballing in your favor, boots of travel are also something to consider, since you'll be able to farm at every corner of the map. Into the core items for Quap, you have a decent array of choices, all of which hinge on what kind of lineup you're going against. If they have a lot of magic damage, then a BKB is terrific. It doesn't provide any mana regeneration, but hey, it'll keep you alive. A Lincoln Sphere is great for mana regeneration, and will also give you good stats and survivability. Or if you're into the early game damage, then go for Aghanim's Scepter, so you'll be able to spam your ultimate whenever you feel the need. An Orchid of Malevolence is also an excellent choice, if you need to silence a particular enemy that is bothering you. You'll also get great mana regeneration from it, and the extra damage inflicted upon the enemies will synergize nicely with your burst damage mentality. Late game, get a Scythe of Ice. It's amazing. A Shiva's could also be good since you're already in the middle of the action. And then we get to luxury and situational. If you're going for a hard carry type Quap, then it's not unheard of to get an MKB or Desolator for ridiculous right click damage. A Skadi also works nicely with Shadow Strike, basically slowing enemies to a crawl. Also, a Necronomicon is very underrated, as well as the ever forgotten Veil of Discord. Lastly, if burst damage is all you care about, even a Dagon can be viable on Queen of Pain. Playing mid as Queen of Pain brings many advantages. We touched on some of them earlier, but the main advantage is rune control. You should be beating your opponent to just about every rune if they don't have an enemy support camping them. Getting these bottle charges will allow you to spam your spells at a decent rate. Your Scream of Pain will decimate waves, thus pushing your lane. As with most heroes that have a similar skill, make sure to do this right before the rune spawns to allow yourself an easy bottle. If there is a chase to the rune, then both your Blink and Shadow Strike should come in handy. And unlike some other intelligence heroes, a double damage rune is just about a free kill. With your Blink for mobility and a really great slow and Shadow Strike, your right clicks will actually be able to be felt for a long duration. But your role in games is not to farm, even though you have the ability to carry to some degree. When you get these runes, just start ganking. It's hard to escape a Queen of Pain with that much mobility and that much burst damage in the laning stage, especially if you have any kind of help from your team. If you're able to successfully gank a few times, you can really take off. Like any burst damage hero with a non-DPS type build, you will start to taper off at some point. So you need to take advantage of the period of time in which your magical spells will actually hurt. In teamfights, just look for opportunities to use your Sonic Wave right at the beginning if you can hit multiple targets. Too many Quap players save their ult for one hero KS, which technically can be good in some situations, but still, that's a lot of AoE damage that you're bypassing. After your ult is used, just spam both your Shadow Strike and Scream of Pain as much as possible. As you can imagine with a hero that needs to be up close and personal, positioning is key to successful co-op play. You have to know when aggression is needed, and you need to realize when you're overextending. All in all, you must know your role. You are best used as kind of an assassination hero in gank situations, but for teamfights you should probably let someone else initiate because you're just too squishy. But do not underestimate those picks. Too many times we've seen one quick pickoff from Queen of Pain turn into a one-sided 5v4 teamfight victory. Friends of Queen of Pain would be those that can set up your Sonic Wave for maximum damage. 3 heroes that come to mind would include Enigma with his Black Hole, Void with Chronosphere, and Tide with Ravage. One special mention does have to go to Omni Knight, however, since his Repel will protect you from magical harm when you jump into the fray. Foes of Queen of Pain are heroes that can disable or silence her into oblivion. Some examples include Silencer, who is best against combo type heroes like Quap, Naga with Ensnare, Nyx Assassin with his Blind Initiation and very high burst damage, and Ricky with his Smokescreen and Diffusal Blade combo. One final mention must go out to Storm Spirit, since he can initiate from afar, disable you easily, and follow you wherever you blink. Maybe he's just into goth girls. Thanks for watching, guys, and please remember to subscribe to our YouTube. Also, a big thanks to Flawless and Luminous who helped create this guide. You can check them out at their YouTube channels, which are linked in the video description. Also, be sure to check out our website at Dotacinema.com and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Dotacinema.